Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Lisa Loves Perfume. If you're new here, my name is Lisa and I created this channel so that I could talk about my obsession with perfumes. Hopefully this is something you enjoy too. So in today's video, I'd like to talk about my first ever vanilla fragrance purchase. So vanilla to me is a gourmand note, and I had never really considered vanilla as a perfume until about a month ago. It's coming to winter here in Brisbane, and I think I'm going through a phase of wanting really warm, cozy perfumes. So it's quite a departure from my usual rose, citrus, aquatic scent preference. And it took me pretty much about a month to finally find and purchase the vanilla perfume that I wanted. And I'll go through that journey. So vanilla is a spice. It's cultivated from the vanilla orchid. It originated from Mexico, and currently the largest producer of vanilla is Madagascar. So the difference between vanilla from Mexico and Madagascar in modern times is that in Mexico, they're pollinated by bees, and in Madagascar is pollinated by human hands. And it's part of the reason why Madagascar vanilla is quite expensive. I'm not sure where the vanilla in perfumery originates from. There are several countries that produce sizable quantities of vanilla. So Madagascar, Mexico, Indonesia, and I'm not sure of the quality in terms of its use in perfumery. So that's something I'd be quite keen to learn more about it. And when I started my journey, I started with an internet search. I looked up gourmand vanilla perfumes, and there were many options suggested by Google, and some of them were available in Brisbane. So I went to Myer, I went to Mecca, and I also went to Libertine Parfumerie, and I asked to try their vanilla fragrances. So in terms of what the sales staff recommended, quite a lot of it was actually disappointing. A lot of it was maybe you could sense some vanilla. Even after I said, I just want vanilla, I want to smell like a dessert. I want to smell like vanilla and sugar. I would sometimes be offered something with a citrus top note, or rose, or white florals, and I appreciate the journey throughout all the different perfumes, which may have a little bit of vanilla in them, but it really wasn't suiting my purpose. So I went back to looking online, and I thought I've narrowed it down to two: BDK's Velvet Tonka and Maison Tahite. I don't really know either of these brands, and it seemed to me that Velvet Tonka is quite close based on the description online to what I was after, and Maison Tahite sounded like a dessert brand in general. So I was very excited to be able to try these two, which I was able to when I went to Libertine Parfumerie. So I tried Velvet Tonka and also Vanilla Square, so vanilla with the 2 on the side of it. And Vanilla Square, which was sprayed on my wrist, I loved right away. I could smell it, it was incredible. But Vanilla Tonka, even though it had also been sprayed on my other wrist, I could barely smell it all. And I stepped outside the store, and then I could smell sort of a sharp almondiness, and I decided I loved Vanilla Square a lot more. So went back in the store and actually purchased Vanilla Square. It's a bit more than $200, so for me, anything above $200 is considered luxury, as in it's a luxury to have, and I have to make sure I actually really want it. But by the time I got to Libertine Parfumerie and smelled Vanilla Square on my skin, I had gone through 10 or more, maybe even 20 perfumes at Myer and Mecca. and none of them were anywhere near what I wanted to have, which was a vanilla dessert smell. And I was almost despairing because I thought maybe what I want, what I have imagined, doesn't exist. So at first sniff of Vanilla Squirt, I was like, this is it. I found it. So definitely I was gonna get it. So it was a very considered purchase that if I did find it, I was gonna spend whatever it was, up to $500. So it was just over $200. I think it was $239 maybe, and that's fine, completely fine for something that makes me so happy, and it's exactly what I had imagined when I started my journey to vanilla. So let's do an unboxing. So here is the bag from Libertine Parfumerie. Quite a lovely bag, and then it's open now, but when they gave it to me, the ribbon had been tied. So this contains some samples, which I'll go through as well. And here is the beauty. And then there's also some tissue paper with the Libertine branding. So I'll put that, leave that there. So I was told in store that the packaging for this is made from recycled materials. And they also told me that to use the sample size they'd given me, they gave me a decant, and to make sure that I actually loved it before I opened the box. But I'm quite sure I love it, so I'm not going to bother with that process. And they said that if it turned out I didn't love it from the decant, that I could return the purchase and maybe get something else I really loved. But yeah, like I said, I don't think I need to go through that step. So it looks like this. So it's quite interesting packaging. I've never come across perfume that was packaged in this way. And it says here, we care about the planet and we are committed to make it better. And it's sealed with what appears to be a staple. So okay, so it's got an outer cardboard cover. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's even more gorgeous than I remember. Even though I've seen this exact bottle or the tested bottle in the store. So it's got that little label there. Oh, let's take that. It's quite firmly. Plant me, I'm a bouquet of flowers. I think it refers to this, maybe. I'll have to look up the instructions online. The lady in the store did mention that there is something in this box that could be planted and it would produce flowers. So maybe this is it. And they don't know what flowers it produces, so it's a bit of a surprise. Hello, and there she is. She's a beauty. Love the simplicity, the elegance of the bottle, and the color is like, reminds me of syrup. So I'm not wearing anything on this wrist today. Oh. Rather simple packaging, but quite effective. Gorgeous. And there's a label here that says Maison Tahite, made in Italy. And it's a eau de parfum 100 ml. Don't know if you can see that. Oh my goodness. It's like I want to eat my wrist now. Holy heck. It is exactly as I imagined what I wanted the vanilla perfume to smell like. So the notes for this perfume include vanilla flower, vanilla, and praline. And I was a bit worried that it would dry down into that sour base note that sometimes these richer perfumes do for me, and that's why I don't have a lot of heavy perfumes in my collection, and I also kind of have not really been gravitating towards gourmand perfumes because of that expectation. But this one doesn't do that. I can smell that sugar coming through. It's absolutely, for me, money well spent. I am absolutely thrilled to have found, finally, after all those weeks, a vanilla perfume which 100%, 150%, 200% meets what I was expecting, what I had imagined. So vanilla is one of the more expensive ingredients in perfumery, second only to saffron. And apparently that was why vanilla perfumes were only really produced late in the 19th century in the history of perfumery. And I must say, this does an excellent job of it. So Maison Tahite is a really new discovery for me. I only learned about them when I was researching vanilla perfume, so I watched also videos on YouTube talking about the brand, and I had a look at their website, and it seems that they focus on vanilla, cocoa, and coffee, so really leaning towards the gourmand side of perfumery. And that's something really interesting to me, and I would consider looking into those other fragrance profiles maybe once I finish this one. So I may have mentioned before that I'll absolutely love samples, little sizes that I can try in my own time, because I don't like to have more than a couple on me at any given time. So when I was at Libertine looking for the vanilla fragrance, the lady brought me around the store, and this one was number 4 or 5 that we had sprayed on a card, and then it narrowed down to spray on the skin to this one, Maison Tahite Vanilla Squared, and BDK's Velvet Tonka. And she then showed me also Radical Rose by Matière Première. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Apologies if any of my French pronunciation is wrong. I don't speak any French. And so at the checkout, when I was paying for this baby, it's so cute, she told her team member that to give me decants of 4, and 2 were the vanillas that I tried, including Vanilla Squared, and the other 2 are roses, including Radical Rose, which I'm wearing today, and I also really love. So they're decants, which I believe they do via spraying into a vial. I've never done it myself, so I'm not sure. And they come in Libertine's packaging, so Libertine card and Libertine labeled little vials. So this makes me really happy because I don't feel like I've missed out because I had to leave, for example, the Radical Rose. I am on a rose pause. I've noticed that my collection is increasingly more rose dominant, and I don't think that makes for a balanced collection. So I'm having a pause on rose fragrances, but I really loved Radical Rose. So I'm so glad it's in one of these. And then she said, we'll give you also a few random samples, and the samples that they gave were a couple from BDK, so Citrus Riviera and French Bouquet, and another rose from Obvious, Un Rose, which I think means a rose or one rose. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun trying out these samples. And I'll also be producing videos with reviews of some of them. So this is not going back in the box because it's joining the current rotation. So I'll leave it out here. And then I'll try to work out what's happening with this. I think it's this that turns into seeds if you plant it. So out of the 3 places that I went to look for vanilla perfumes, I would say I actually enjoyed Mecca Cosmetica the most. Even though the vanilla perfume that I wanted wasn't anything that they had in stock, I actually found the experience quite enjoyable. Trying different perfumes, talking to the staff about what I wanted. It really was the better of the 3 places that I went to find a vanilla perfume. And from Mecca, they also gave me decants of a couple of Lily perfumes. Somehow we detoured from vanilla to Lily. Gave me Liz 41 from VLLO and Casablanca Lily from Byredo. They gave me a couple of decants. I absolutely love Liz 41 from VLLO, so that will be a purchase sometime in the future. Let me know, how have you found your shopping experiences when you're looking for something, a particular note that you're keen on, but you don't have a perfume or brand identified yet that you would like to buy? Have you found the sales staff to be knowledgeable, to be helpful? Are they condescending? Do you find yourself pressured to buy something? I find myself pressured to buy something. I definitely feel a bit sorry for them if I'm walking away without buying something, but at over $200, I have to be sure. And oops, oh my God. And I definitely don't want to be spending any money, even $50, even $5 on something if there's a chance that I'm going to go home and regret it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.